Ashe is my main. I like her for a couple of reasons. Those reasons are: 1, she is badass as hell, and 2, she is a great team player. And what I mean by that is the fact that she is designed in such a way to where she is supposed to be focused on the primary objective rather than go around and kill people. I think a lot of people playing as Ashe seem to forget about that or don't even realize it to begin with, so that's what we're going to talk about here today. Some of the basics of a team-oriented Ashe. Now, by no means am I a professional, so if I give any information that is inaccurate or just downright wrong, I am sorry. I'm only going to talk about Ashe in a casual sense. For now, I'm strictly going to go over how I think Ashe should be played, and most of who play with me seem to agree with my playstyle, so I'm guessing it's the correct for the most part. Now, Paladins is a team-based first-person shooter, so to achieve your goal of winning in a match, you must do what is in the best interest of your team. And what Ashe does is pretty remarkable if you do the right things. First thing you should worry about when playing as Ashe is to play the objective, whether that means standing on a point in siege, pushing, or blocking the current payload and siege, or standing on a point in onslaught. Now this is crucial for any front line, as you are allowing progression towards winning for your team and digression for the enemy team. And no frontline seems to do it better than Ashe, at least in my opinion. Ashe, as you might know, has one of the highest base health stats out of all the champions, having 4,900 to start out with, and a level 1 heavy metal card will increase her health to 5,350, which is a big increase if you think about it. Now, knowing this, staying on her objective is easier to do compared to other frontline champions. One of Ashe's abilities allows her to place a small shield to protect herself and or teammates from an average amount of damage for about 6 seconds, assuming the shield isn't destroyed in that time frame. However, with the legendary card Fortress Breaker, the shield becomes much larger and can take much more damage before subsiding or being destroyed. I use this card generally when I am the only frontline on a payload or siege match, and if there is another frontline with a decent shield, I might choose another card. Another ability Ashe has is Kinetic Burst. It allows Ashe to shoot a short-range blast that knocks enemies back, dealing a small bit of damage as well. With this ability, you can keep enemies off of the point and or prevent them from hindering your progress towards capturing the said point. But this isn't the only thing you can do with it. Have an annoying Sky or anyone that seems to hinder your team's progress? Well, with Kinetic Burst, you can pin someone against a wall to make them immobile for a second, but that small second can allow your team to engage that particular someone and kill them off quickly if able to do so. This is really helpful on maps like Brahma Court, where there are many walls to which you can use this technique. Also on maps with ledges, such as Fish Market, you can simply push unaware enemies off of said cliffs with Kinetic Burst, or with her next ability, Shoulder Bash. Now, do not use the Shoulder Bash too often because it can easily put me in an unwanted situation if I were to screw it up. However, if someone were to use it correctly, it will apply a strong knockback and deal a decent amount of damage. This ability will also make Ashe quickly go a fair distance. So if possible, you could use this as a means to get to the point quickly, or shove anyone unlucky enough to get in your way. As I said, this ability can put you in an unwanted situation if you were to use it incorrectly. Since using this ability halts Ashe for a moment to where you can steer her in any direction you want before she rushes forward, this can and will make her vulnerable to an attack. So if you want to rely on this ability, then you should use the legendary card Battering Ram to make Ashe less likely to die when using this ability. I typically do not use this card because I find more use out of the other ones, but it is a good card to have if you're going to go in offensive Ashe, or an attack Ashe as I like to call it. This leaves us with her ultimate ability, Assert Dominance. This ability will make Ashe lunge forward and plant her flag down, applying a small knockback to any enemy standing next to it, as well as lightly damaging them. This ability will make Ashe invulnerable to any regular attack as long as she stays within the little circle around her banner. The banner will only stay around for about 8 seconds before disappearing, so use it wisely to get the most out of this ability. I typically use this on the point, especially when my teammates are just respawning and are coming to the point. This will impede the progress of the enemy team, as well as allow your teammates to catch up to help capture. By no means are you completely safe from everything that is thrown at you when you use this. Ashe can still be knocked back, crippled, stunned, and turned into a treat by Moji, as well as eaten by her familiar. So again, use this ability wisely once you have it. You can negate someone like Genos from one-shotting you with their ultimate, so if Drogos is pissed off at you, you can just make them more angry by using this ability. I used the legendary card Rally here to apply a 2-second stun to any enemy unlucky enough to be standing next to Ashe's flag when she puts it down. I use this card all of the time on Onslaught to help my team get rid of any unwanted guests that happen to be on our point. I also use this card on Siege when there is another front line with a decent shield. More as a last resort kind of measure, especially when the enemy team is being an extreme nuisance. One of the last things I want to go over is Ashe's 4th legendary card, Slugshot. I only use this on Team Deathmatch simply because I can't find use for it anywhere else. The card will allow you to shoot further and will do more damage if you hit an enemy at the cost of the AoE effect with the regular cannon. And finally, if you want to know the loadout that I use, I'll put up on the screen right now. I'll explain that later if you want me to, but there's really not really much I should explain. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it helpful for the most part. I love Ashe, and I hope you do too if you start using it a lot more. Have a nice day, guys. See you later.